Now to kick off the second annual Black History Month Celebration of Culture, please welcome Kawambe Omowale, African Drum and Dance Theater.
Good morning, Halafia. We are Kawambe Omowale, and the piece that we just performed is called Fanga. It was Pearl Primus who was responsible primarily for presenting this piece to American audiences from her experiences in Liberia and Sierra Leone. And she presented this, it's a conglomerate really. The dance was choreographed first, and then the song is a piece that was created, developed by Babatunde Olatunji. And so Fanga is a word for drum. And Alafia and Ashe are Yoruba words. Alafia meaning hello, welcome. And yes, as an affirmant, Ashe is affirmant, power. And so we welcome you from the earth that we walk on and the sky to which our spirits, and we welcome you from our hearts. So thank you.
Good morning. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Because where I come from, my grandma said if you have home training, when somebody speaks to you, you speak back to them. This is a celebration. This is not a funeral. I know I'm dressed in all black, but I'm dressed in all black because black looks good on me and black is beautiful, amen? So I'm gonna ask this one more time to find out where the energy is in this building. Good morning, Phoenix. Good morning. All right. I am, truth be told, and it is my honor to welcome you to the second annual City of Phoenix Black History Month celebration of culture. Once again, thank you to Kawambe Amwale African Drum and Dance Theater for such a spiritual and moving opening performance. I don't know about y'all, but I came to have a good time. Y'all ready to have a good time? So originally, real quick, I'm gonna let you know a little bit about myself since we're gonna be spending about an hour and a half together. I'm originally from Saginaw, Michigan, but I've been here for 6 years. Growing up in my elementary school, I grew up with all cultures and understanding the importance of embracing everything. Fast forward, I've been here about 6.5 years, and I'm starting to see people be allowed, it sounds funny to say it that way, but be allowed to represent themselves. This is a celebration, so we are going to celebrate. We are not going to apologize for who we are and what we have been through. And if you are black, and I don't know about you, but I have a little experience with this, if you know your story and your history of what we've gone through, every day is right for a celebration. So while we are in Black History Month, we are absolutely going to celebrate and have a good time. If there is something that makes you feel a certain kind of way, we can talk about it later, but for now, we're going to have some fun. Is that all right? Yeah. All right. So, next, I'd like to welcome Phoenix's Director of the Equal Opportunity Development Department, Don Logan, to the stage. Please show a round of applause and show some love for Don Logan.
I'd like to take a moment to share a brief history fact about Black National Anthem. They told me not to sing, but y'all know how I am. Lift every voice and sing. It's one of the most cherished songs in African American history as part of the Civil Rights Movement and is often referred to as the Black National Anthem. The song was written at a critical time when Jim Crow was replacing slavery and African Americans were searching for an identity. Author and NAACP leader James Weldon Johnson wrote the words as a poem, which his brother John then set to music in 1871. Lift Every Voice and Sing is often performed at the beginning of civil rights celebrations and is following the national anthem. At this time, I will ask that you stand, if you can, move your hats, and welcome Ms. Whitney M. Young to the stage, who will perform the national anthem, followed by Mr. Ron Williams, who will perform the Black National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let it resound till victory is won. Thank you. Please be seated.
Next, I'd like to welcome the mayor of the city of Phoenix to the stage. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Kate Gallego.
Phoenix is the 5th largest city in the nation. We have so many things that make this city unique, our diversity of ideas, people, and backgrounds, that make this community truly a wonderful place to live, work, and play. One of our most unique traits is the openness of our residents. People move from around the globe to make Phoenix their home, and that has created a welcoming and accepting culture that is replicated in few other places. Your last name or your address is not your ticket to success here, as it is in so many other large cities. It is one's willingness to put in the hard work to make positive change. Despite being a relatively young city, we have a beautiful history here, such as the Tanner Chapel AME Church in Eastlake Park, the oldest African American congregation in all of Arizona dating back to 1887, or places like the George Washington Carver Museum, where former Phoenix City Council member and Vice Mayor Calvin Good graduated from high school. These buildings reflect how far we have come and how much more there is to be done. Soon we will be reinvigorating the Phoenix Points of Pride program, but it's one that has already worked hard to recognize the Black history in this community and the African Americans who have created a better city. When everyone in our community has opportunity, when everyone in our community is embraced, our community is stronger and more successful together. We have to remember the history and how we got there, and to continue to move forward to use that history to create an even stronger city. And that is why it is my honor to today at this event proclaim African American Culture and History Day and ask every resident in the city of Phoenix to participate in this important event. Enjoy this wonderful event. Thank you.
Now we will hear from Phoenix's city manager, Ed Zerker. Please give Ed Zerker a round of applause as he comes to the stage.
As I was reflecting on what I would say today, I actually went to the words that Milton wrote, and you see it in the beginning of your program, where he said, "Celebrations like this are designed to be welcoming to all who are interested, without exception, and we will all walk away with the collective response, 'I didn't know that,' upon hearing of specific contributions that have been made." And that made me curious to learn how Black History Month began. And many of you in this room probably already know this, but it was created to recognize and celebrate the contributions of African Americans, and it was the idea of Carter G. Woodson, who was a Harvard-trained historian who launched what was then called Negro History Week in February 1926. Woodson chose February in order to encompass the birthdays of two great Americans who played a prominent role in Black history in America, namely Abraham Lincoln, born on February 12th, and Frederick Douglass, born on February the 14th. But the actual creation of the month as we know it was first proposed by Black educators at Kent State University in Ohio and was celebrated in 1970. 6 years later, Black History Month was celebrated all across the United States when Gerald Ford, as president, recognized the month-long celebration during the bicentennial. In that address, President Ford urged Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishment of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. And I think it's notable that President Ford said our history, not black history. Because in fact, the history of African Americans in the United States is the history of the United States. And we should remember that we are not separating, we are recognizing our shared history by highlighting the experience of our African American Americans.
Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Stewart, to the stage with his presentation entitled, "And We Are Still Here."
In 1976, I received a letter from the First Institutional Baptist Church, and they were looking for a pastor. And I read the letter, and I said, there ain't no black people in Arizona. And I threw the application in the trash. I was living in New York City, a few blocks from Harlem, the mecca of black people. God has a hilarious sense of humor. Here I am 43 years later giving a TED Talk for Black History Month in Phoenix, Arizona. But speaking of black presence in Arizona, black presence in Arizona has actually been here for about 500 years. There was a black explorer by the name of Esteban, or Estevencio, who accompanied the first two European explorers that made it to what is now Arizona. He was an African born in Morocco and believed to have been originally a Muslim who had converted to Christianity. Fast forward 300 years, around 1861 and 1862, blacks were brought here to be slaves. The whites who were living in what is now Arizona sided with the Confederacy to maintain slavery here in Arizona, and it was known as Confederate Arizona. Then came a few years later the Buffalo Soldiers, 1868 to 1869, and they were stationed at Fort Huachuca in southern Arizona, and they played a key role in Arizona becoming a state. They were a combination, if you will, of park rangers, policemen, mailmen, and soldiers all rolled into one, and so they were very much involved in who we are as a state of Arizona. So you can see by what I've said that systemic racism and prejudice, unfortunately, has been a part of Arizona for a long time. The African American church has played a vital and vibrant role in the city of Phoenix. The mayor just mentioned the historic Tanner Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church, which is the oldest black church in Phoenix that was organized in 1887. And then after that, there was the Second Baptist Church, which was organized in 1905, very near where the Chase Field is located now, near Fifth Street and Jefferson, and it became the first colored Baptist church, and ultimately in the 40s became the first institutional Baptist church. And then there was the First Church of God in Christ that was organized in 1925. Now, all of these churches were built in what was known as the Booker T. Washington neighborhood. The Booker T. Washington neighborhood was a thriving community until the late 70s and the early 80s when urban renewal came in and decimated the neighborhood. There were black schools, black churches, black businesses. A very renowned black doctor by the name of Dr. Winston Hackett. He even built the Booker T. Washington Memorial Hospital on Jefferson Street. That was a hospital for African Americans, and he actually lived in that neighborhood too. And then at the end of the area, which started probably about 5th Street and Jefferson on to 24th Street, there was the renowned Eastlake Park, which at one time, Eastlake Park really had a lake. When I arrived here as pastor in 1977, the streets of Jefferson and Washington were lined with single family homes of stable African American families that had lived there for many, many years, and so it was a great place to be. Let me talk about the Jim Crow era in the city of Phoenix. That's when segregation and racial discrimination was legalized. There is a town that still exists called Eloy, Arizona. Now, there's Eloy, but outside of Eloy, there is a town called Randolph. And it was a predominantly black town that was where the people who had come from Louisiana and Oklahoma and Texas to pick cotton, they called that their home. At one time, African Americans were forbidden for living north of Thomas Road in the Phoenix, Arizona. It was a law. You could not live there if you were black. And so the Booker T. Washington neighborhood from Van Buren south to the railroad, and then you have South Phoenix, which was at one time the historically largest conglomeration of black people who lived in Phoenix. Now you might want to know this, that there were two brothers, the Jones brothers, who had a construction company. And the Jones brothers built a subdivision of solid, concrete, stable, single-family homes from Broadway South between 24th Street and 16th Street. And many of those homes are still existing right now where people live in those homes this very day. Even there were one or two streets in South Phoenix where there were custom-built homes by upper-class African Americans, and that is a history that you might want to know. Let me talk a few moments about the first African American who became a member of the city council. His name was Dr. Morrison Warren. He was an ASU football star. He had an earned doctorate degree in education, and he was appointed in 1966, but he chose only to serve one term. And after him came the world-renowned Calvin C. Good, who was elected in 1972 and is still has the record of being the longest-serving city councilman in the city of Phoenix, and he's still living at 92 years old. Can we give an applause for Mr. Calvin Good? After Calvin Good, there was Cody Williams, and then there was Michael Johnson. So there were four African Americans who have served on the city council of Phoenix, Arizona. Let me share with you, in the few minutes I have remaining, a couple of other African Americans that I think you should know about. One is George Rogers. He died shortly after I arrived in 1977. He was an insurance company owner, as well as he owned one of the first black newspapers, the Arizona Gleam, and he was recognized as a pioneer. Then there was the late Reverend Dr. George Benjamin Brooks Sr., who founded the only African-American Presbyterian church in the state of Arizona, and then he partnered with Lincoln J. Ragsdale Sr., who was a businessman and mortician and insurance company agent, and they joined together to become the dynamic duo to desegregate the public restaurants in downtown Phoenix. Then there is the Honorable Clovis Campbell Sr. He became the first African American who was elected to the Senate of Arizona. But more importantly, he is the first state legislature in all of the United States to put forth legislation to honor Dr. Martin Luther King with his own day, and he did that shortly after Dr. King was assassinated in 1968. I cannot go further without talking about some powerful sisters that were a part of justice here in the city of Phoenix. There was a lady when I came in named Vernell Coleman. She was handicapped, but she was in a wheelchair. Vernell Coleman did more for the community in a wheelchair than most of us do standing up. And one of her contemporaries was Opal Ellis. Let me tell you about Opal Ellis. Opal Ellis feared no man. when it came to speaking truth to power, and I mean that literally. And then one of her partners was the late Honorable Judge Jean Williams, who became the first female to be elected to be appointed as a municipal judge here in Phoenix, Arizona. Let me talk about Martin Luther King in Arizona as I close. Martin Luther King Jr. came to Arizona only one time. That was in the year of 1964. He was invited by then president of the Arizona State University, which was a very courageous move at that time, right in the middle of the civil rights movement. And he spoke before thousands there, but before he spoke before thousands at ASU in Tempe, he spoke at the historic Tanner Chapel AME Church and spoke to his black brothers and sisters, encouraging us to stay in the fight, to continue to fight for justice and fight for civil rights. And then the Arizona Martin Luther King Jr. fight, which we're very infamous for as well as famous for. It was defeated in the state legislature perennially, and then on May 18, 1986, Governor Bruce Babbitt declared by executive order the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday from the pulpit of the First Institutional Baptist Church and said you're going to have to fight for that. Later that year, Governor Evan Mecham was elected, and he promised in his campaign that when he became governor in January of 1987, he would rescind the King holiday, and he did that and brought all firestorm down on Arizona. Arizona lost $500 million in canceled conventions, sports events, and concerts, as well as the proposed 1993 Super Bowl that didn't ever happen. It was defeated twice at the polls, propositions on King Holiday in 1990, and Arizona became known as the New Alabama. Well, it was at that time in 1990 that we started Victory Together, a coalition which is the most broad-based coalition that's ever existed in Arizona with people from every walk of life. And we tried one more time, and on November the 3rd, 1992, we made history as the only state in the union to vote a King holiday for the people of Arizona. Come on, give praise for that. In my message on the first King holiday at the America West Arena, which was brand new at that time, it is now Talking Stick, but we had 19,000 people there. And in my thanks to the people of Arizona for supporting us, I said we must now move from symbol to substance as relate to what Dr. King preached about, what he practiced relative to love, liberty, and justice for all. We must move from symbol to substance. That's why I say to you today, and we are still here. God bless you.
Here today performing a scene from their current running off-Broadway production, Sisters, a nonstop celebration of African-American women told through top 40 music from Bessie Smith to Beyonce. Join me in welcoming the Black Theater Troupe. Give it up one time.
Well, I got things to do.
Like studying, I hope. Just because you got into college does not mean that you can slack off on your studies.
I swear there's more stairs every year.
I don't know how Grandma managed.
Why do we always end up here after somebody dies?
Yeah, in this mess. This is your family history up here. And if you look hard enough, you'll find out a lot about your great-grandmother.
So, most of this stuff is still junk. Whose stupid idea was it to perform a song tonight?
It is not stupid. Grandma started the choir, and we have always been the musical ones. Choosing this one song is a job for the entire family. And you, young lady, need to understand where it is you come from and what it means as a black woman. I would have thought your mother would have taught you better.
What are you saying? I ain't a good mother.
Of course not. But Grandma would be rolling over in her grave if she could hear the kind of music your daughter is dancing to.
Oh, please. You know those rappers are just oral historians of the street.
Uh-huh. Oral historians.
Don't you remember Grandmama telling us about God's music versus the devil's music?
Yes, I do. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired. Me too. I am weak. I am worn through the storm, through the night. Lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home.
Yes, sing, sister, yes.
I'm so sorry I'm so late. My car was hard to park with all those overgrown hedges out there, and who is supposed to be mowing the lawn?
That would be Roberta.
And those hedges, it's been what, 4 weeks? It's my job to go through the mail and get the finances in order. Your busy ass husband is on lawn duty. Hi, Heather.
Oh, well, did you tell him? My busy ass husband is in the recording studio.
Well, you know what? You need to go
You
ahead
know
and
this,
talk to
Roberta.
him.
Not
Okay.
today. It's
It's not easy being in love. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. Life is bare, gloom and misery everywhere. Stormy weather, just can't keep my poor self together. I'm weary all the time, so weary all the time. Since you went away, the blues walked in and met me. If you stay away, oh, rocking chair will get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on. Everything I had is gone. Stormy weather since my Yeah, singing like that was naming the pain.
You mean taking the pain, right?
Identifying it came first. And you know, this was way before the women's movement. You mean the white women's movement?
Black, white, green, purple, Roberta, it's for all women, trying to overthrow the yoke of subservience.
And we know all about that subservience.
You know, I always thought the song I Will Follow Him was about submissiveness to men.
Yeah, you white girls sing a lot of that stuff.
That's what their music was, honey.
Well, it's a hell of a lot better than this music we got today. And unlike this Facebook generation we got going on up over here. Ain't nothing wrong with Facebook. You know, Billie knew how to keep her private business private. There ain't nothing I can do or nothing I can say that folks don't criticize me. But I'm gonna do just as I would do anyway. I don't care if they despise me. If I should take the notion and jump into the ocean, it ain't nobody's business if I do.
You hear that?
If I should go to church on Sunday and cabaret all day on Monday, it ain't nobody's business if I do. If I should give him my last nickel and then leave me in a pickle, it ain't nobody's business if I do. I swear I won't call no copper if I meet up my papa. It ain't nobody's business if I do. No, I said it ain't nobody's business. No, it ain't nobody's business. I said it ain't his business. It ain't her business. It ain't your business. It's my business. Ain't nobody's business if I do. Quick, who do I remind you of? Billie Holiday if you were prettier. Well, thank you for buying into the white male system of defying beauty by light skin and long hair. What you gonna do? Hold up a paper bag up to me next? Can't you take a joke? No, none of this is funny. Maids being mistreated, Billie and all of her problems.
Yes, she was the first African-American woman who was really famous, wasn't she?
I suppose you could say that with the popular culture. But she had 12 hits in the 1930s. She was the most popular celebrity of her time.
And she still had to use a service entrance.
I want to say her biggest hit was God Bless the Child.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What? No, that was Jill Scott. She sang it with George Benson.
God Bless the Child?
God Bless the Child by Jill Scott.
Blasphemy! You know that's blasphemy, right?
What's wrong with Jill Scott?
Sing it for her, baby.
Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own.
All right, well, she knows the words.
Yes, the strong get small.
That's right, baby.
While the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't that's got his own.
That's my baby. Well done, baby. Well done. But that was Billy's song first.
See, life is grand, isn't it?
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Roberta, when life kicks you in the gut, just vomit out the toxins.
Are you trying to make her feel better?
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain, so ashamed. You are beautiful no matter what they say. Words can't bring you down. You are beautiful in every single way. Words can't bring you down. So don't you bring me down today.
See, Mama, what you needed all along was R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Take care of TCB. What you want, baby, I got. And what you need, you know I got it. And all I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home. Hey, baby, just a little when you come home.
Now I get the pleasure of introducing a gentleman that I've known for a little bit of time. He's kind of decent with what he does. He goes by the name of Truth Be Told. I'm a spoken word artist. I've been blessed to be a full-time artist 10 years as of this April. Having lived here for 7 years as of this July, that means I am technically a Phoenix poet since the majority of my career has been here. I get to travel nationwide. I've done stages. I work in schools. I've been on national television. I wrote a commercial for BET's Black History Month. Was supposed to air just for Black History Month. It aired for 3 years. Kind of good at what I do. So right now, I'm going to share a spoken word piece with you. The work that I do is engaging. It is meant to challenge you. It is meant to make you think. If you feel some kind of way after this poem, 1, everything I say in it is true, and 2, feel free to speak to me in the lobby afterwards. This piece is basically Black America's voice to America, and it is entitled Open Letter to America. I also do this thing when I perform where I allow the audience to yell rewind while I perform. So if I happen to say a line that just hits you a particular way, you can yell rewind. I will say the line again on demand. You will not mess me up. This is my job, okay? We were never meant to bend voluntarily, only forcibly onto ships or to someone else's will. In America's mind, I'm still nothing more than the third pick in their slavery draft with ideals of bending our backs, transforming cotton into cash, and receiving lashes for speaking back. Boy, know your place. In America's mind, I'm nothing more than the third pick in a slavery draft with ideals of bending our backs, transforming cotton into cash, and receiving lashes for speaking back. Boy, know your place. Learn what race is. Understand your race should only come first in races. You had no plan for me after slavery. Made me criminal just for breathing. Created game. Deconstructed Reconstruction era to give white folk broke like us something to lose. Choose between skin privilege or persecution. Keep game moving along. Rewrite rules. Force us to be the only ones to adhere to them. Make us eat Jim's Crow until it becomes our best friend. Make us sit in back of bus. Call us outcasts. Cast out over 3,000 pieces of bent and broken strange fruit throughout your stolen country. Please join me in welcoming Ron Williams to the stage where he will perform Wake Up Everybody. Give him some love one time.
Yeah. This is a homecoming for me. Some things change. Some things stay the same. Wake up. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more back thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Whoa. Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. 'Cause they're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When we teach the children, we teach them the very best you can. Woo! The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, just you and me. Yeah. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and catch all the hair. But they don't have so very much before the judgment day. Won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out, they do it every time. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, just you and me. Yeah. Change it, just you and me. Change it, can't do it alone. Need some help, y'all. Oh, can't do it alone. Well, wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Need a little help, y'all. Yes, I do. Need a little help. Change the world from what it used to be. Yeah. Wake up, everybody. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Gene Blue. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and graduated from Kent State University. I was recruited by Phoenix Union High School in 1955 and ended my 70-year career in education as the Dean of Students at Central High School in 2006. I partnered with my sister Jean to establish scholarships for students pursuing careers in public education in Arizona and Ohio. A Phoenix school has the honor of bearing my name. I put my money where my heart lives.
Y'all better know y'all city. Yes, it's Betty Fairflag. Thank you for Dr. Gene Blue for that.
Good afternoon. My name is Carol Coles Henry. I was a baby when my family came to Arizona to work in the agricultural fields. I remember picking cotton as a boy. I graduated from the 8th grade in Gila Bend, but the high school did not allow African American students to attend. My family moved to Prescott to ensure that we could attend high school. My family later moved to Phoenix, and I attended Carver High School. I graduated from Phoenix College and Arizona State University. I worked for Phoenix Union High School for 30 years. I also ran a tax accounting business. I married a beautiful high school teacher named Georgie and had 3 sons. I am best known for serving for 22 years as a Phoenix City Council member. To commemorate my years of service to the city, a municipal building was named in my honor. Let the public be served.
My name is Michael Johnson. I was born a slave in New York State in 1797. I escaped with my daughter and fought to free my son, who was illegally sold into slavery. I helped Union soldiers during the Civil War. I am well known for being an abolitionist and women's rights advocate. I delivered a profound speech at the Ohio's Women's Rights Convention in 1851. I rocked the crowd when I declared, "Ain't I a woman? The truth is powerful and it prevails." Can I get an amen?
Amen. Now, who in the congregation knows who that is?
My name is Terry Jackson. I was born in Frankston, Texas, and at the age of 4, my family moved to Phoenix. I was in the United States Army and served in Okinawa, Japan during World War II. I attained the rank of sergeant. I earned my BS and my master's degree from ASU. In the 1950s, I was one of the founders of the first African American construction company in the state of Arizona, and we built homes primarily in the South Phoenix area. From 1964 through 1989, I worked for the city of Phoenix, where I retired as an executive leader. I was a loving husband, dedicated father and grandfather, businessman and community leader. A municipal building is named after me. I am Black excellence.
My name is Cody Williams. I'm judge of the South Mountain Justice Court. I was born in Muskogee, a small town near Tulsa, Oklahoma. My family lost its business during the burning of Black Wall Street in 1921. I served as a Tuskegee Airman and at Luke Air Force Base flying P-51 fighter planes. I attended Arizona State University, California College of Mortuary Science, and Union Graduate School. I married and had 4 children. I funded a lawsuit which resulted in a 1953 ruling declaring segregation unconstitutional in Arizona. I led protests and served as the vice president of the Maricopa County NAACP. I opened and ran a mortuary and successfully lobbied the Phoenix City Council to pass a public accommodations law in 1964. In 1996, Councilman Cody Williams and his colleagues renamed the Sky Harbor General Aviation Terminal after me. I am a Black excellence in action.
Good afternoon. My name is Nikki Hicks. My gift of visions and premonitions from God came after I was hit on the head by a slave owner. He gave me a destiny, and I courageously rose to the challenge. I conducted 13 missions, helping hundreds of slaves travel north to freedom. How did I do it? Well, they don't call me Moses for fun. I created a pathway called the Underground Railroad. We traveled by night and in secret, men, women, young and old. I was the first woman to lead an armed expedition in the Civil War. I helped John Brown recruit soldiers for the raid on Harper's Ferry. I was truly the first stealth military apparatus. They considered putting me on the $20 bill, but honey, I think I look better on the 100. I want everyone who isn't free to know there is still a way to freedom. Sometimes you just have to blaze your own trail.
Good afternoon. I am George Dean. I proudly broke barriers throughout my entire life and fought for the rights of those in need. I came to Arizona in 1945 and lived in the Matthew Henson Housing Project. After I served in the U.S. Army, married a wonderful woman, started a family, I graduated from ASU with an education degree. I served on the Arizona House of Representatives and was first African American elected to the Arizona State Senate. I served for 10 years in the legislature, worked for Arizona Public Service for 31 years, published the Arizona Informant, and coached Pop Warner football. I was truly unbought and unbossed.
I love y'all. I really do.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Ann Hart. Raised on the south side of Chicago, I graduated from Princeton University and Harvard Law College. Early in my legal career, I worked at Austin and Sydney. I subsequently worked in nonprofits and as Associate Dean of Student Services at the University of Chicago. I also worked for Community and External Affairs at the University of Chicago Medical Center. I'm married in 1992, and we have 2 charming daughters. As First Lady, my intention was to serve as a role model for women and work as an advocate for poverty awareness, education, nutrition, physical activity, and healthy eating. I supported American designers. I am a fashion icon. Beauty, intelligence, grace, intellect. I am a fashion icon. I am a powerful Black queen.
Good afternoon. My name is Art Hamilton. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the Arizona State Legislature. I served 26 years in the body, 18 consecutive years as party leader. I served with 7 Arizona governors. I am the first and only Arizonan ever to be elected president of the National Conference of State Legislatures, an organization that represents all 50 states, all 4,000 state legislators, and all 30,000 staff. In 1985, a local school district was kind enough to name an elementary school in my honor. I currently run my own business.
That's right, living history right in the building. Please, if you could, give a loud round of applause for everybody who presented up here today. Thank you all very much for my presentation. We would like to thank each of our distinguished presenters for joining us for this fun way to learn about those who helped shape Black culture and history, both nationally and locally. Our final speaker today is once again Phoenix's Director of the Equal Opportunity Department, Don Logan. Please welcome Don as he comes back to the stage one more time.
You know, the MC said last time I was up here I couldn't sing. They wasn't going to allow me to sing. He didn't know I was going to get the mic after he was dropping it. How about another hand for our MC, truth be told? And if I could just extend upon the words that Truth talked about here just as he left the stage, we want to grow this event. And this event could not have happened without the collaborative efforts of leaders from all across the city, different departments. But in order for us to take this where we want it to go, we're going to need each and every one of you to leave and talk about what you were exposed to today, what lessons that you take away that you may not have known about Black history. I mean, the folks that were just standing here on this stage are living legends. We get Pastor Stewart here, a civil rights icon in Arizona. I never knew East Lake Park had water. That wasn't during my time. But I learned that today in terms of driving past 16th Street in Jefferson and looking over at that park. I'll have a different view of that park. And we hope to see you here next year. Thank you.